All right, well, the first thing that you need to do is you need to decide, is this the right time to sell? And this is an interesting thought because we get this question all the time. People constantly want to talk to us about, is this the right time to sell? Is this a good time to buy? What's the market doing? How do I need to deal with this? And those are all valid questions you need to answer for yourself. It's just the answer is not out there. The answer is certainly not with me. It's not even in the market. The answer is over there with you. And it really does depend on a couple of things. And it's mostly dependent on what's it worth to you. So in other words, I'll give you an example. Okay, I have a very good friend of mine. She is a wealth manager. She owns a wealth management company, her own company. She coaches people on financial freedom, does great work with women and empowering women to make better financial decisions. She's just brilliant, okay? And she had been renting her home for a long time because the math worked out for her that she could make smarter investments with the money that she saved by not paying for maintenance and then none of the initial purchase costs. She could make more money. She's the only human I know that has the willpower to take the extra money that's left over and invest it in a way that produces more than real estate. But she could do it, and it made sense for her to do it. Until two things changed. One is her landlord told her they were selling the house, so she needed to move. And the second was that she was having a baby. Now, those aren't market conditions that changed. Those were personal circumstances in her life changed, okay? And those two circumstances made it now worth it for her to go buy a house. Nothing in the market had anything to do with that, particularly other than she didn't want to have to move when she had a baby. She didn't want to move a second time. If she's going to move, she's going to do it once with her baby. Those are the kind of decisions you need to make. You need to get a rational view of what's happening in the market around you, and then a rational view of your life circumstances, and from there, you make the call. I like to tell people there are no right answers out there. There's only what's right for you right now. And if you took, one of the things we talk about in the book is the cognitive biases that happen to us. This is a really prominent one for us, the availability heuristic or availability bias. In other words, if we keep hearing about something over and over and over and over, it begins to weigh more and more heavily on us. Like right now, you've got really low interest rates and the pandemic and all the different things that are happening right now when I'm shooting this, but whatever's happening when you're watching this is happening. But if you listen to what passes for news these days, you're going to get inundated with data and facts, but they're not really data and they're not really facts. There's just information out there. And if you get swamped by that and let that start to force you to think there is a right decision to make, you may wind up suffering a little bit if that's the case, if you wind up getting overwhelmed by data, overwhelmed by information. And if that's the case, then, you do. But a more rational approach would be to get all the information you can, get all the data, get all the information you can from rational sources, from professionals around you, right? Then make the best decision you can make based on the quality that you want for your life. And from there, decide, okay, what's the best choice? What's the best course of action for us right now? For me, for my family, for me to take on right now based on what's happening. There is no right time to buy and no right time to sell, no best time to do anything. There's only what's best for you right now, and that's a decision you get to make. After you've made that decision, you can come to me and we can start talking about all the other steps that need to happen. But that is an important one for you to deal with, is give up that there's a right time to do it and a wrong time to do it, or a better time to do it or a worse time to do it. There's only what's good for you right now, and you can make that call.